Hello everyone, ARG back with some more Aki. Today we are going to be playing the playoffs of 1990. So we did qualify for the playoffs. We didn't clinch our division this year. Last year we did it pretty easily, to be honest. And then Glenn Ely got hurt in the playoffs and the rest is history. We got eliminated by the team we are going to be facing in the first round today, the Edmonton Oilers. So, we have a couple day-to-day injuries. Randy Busick, huge loss. He's day-to-day. And Luke Robitaille is day-to-day as well. So, I don't remember. Is Robitaille able to play the first game? He is. Alright, Busick is not, but, you know, I don't really care. Alright, so... Wow, I didn't even realize that until now, but my team is almost entirely Canadian. Look at that. I have 2 Americans on the team, but almost everybody else is Canadian. Oh boy. I know, biased GM, I Kim. I just realized now, so yeah. Look at me, and Bob Kudelski's not coming back because I can't keep him. Alright, so yeah, because of the standings and the way that we finished this season, we're going to be facing Edmonton in the first round, and Calgary is going to be facing the Jets in round number 1. Edmonton was 38, 37, and 5. They finished behind us in the standings, but they were 9 points behind, and we were 5 and 3 against the Oilers. So now, if we want to enact revenge over what happened last year, that would be now that it needs to happen. Oh, the Oilers have a couple suspensions, so oops. Alright, and they have Doug McElwain, that is hurt. Or Dave McElwain, sorry. Pretty sure it's Dave. Yep. Alright, so Keith Acton and Glenn Anderson are both suspended. So that might help us. So let's look. So they have Grant Fuhr and Bill Ranford, right? So they got Andy Moog back in a trade with with the Bruins for Jimmy Carson, and then they passed Andy Moog through waivers, and then he was claimed by Washington. So it's back to Grant Fuhr and Bill Ranford in net for them. They have Kevin Lowe, Craig Muni, Bloom, Larson, Murphy, Steve Smith on D. It's not the best D. Not a whole lot of puck movement from the back end. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know that I love my puck-moving defensemen. So, yeah, it's not too great for them in that regard. Then up front, they have Martin, Basil, McCray, Craig Simpson, Issa Tikkanen, Keith Acton, Biggs, McTavish, McLennan, Messier, Wes Walls, Glenn Anderson, Sheldon Kennedy, Yari Curry, Lacombe, and Suleiman. Alright, I'm hoping that we can beat them. Now, what happened against the Oilers last year is 2 things. Our D was not good enough to contain them, and they were outshooting us every single game. And excuse me, and Glenn Ely went down with injury. So if we can avoid those 2 things, I think we have a shot. Now, the thing is that my D is not really any better than it was last year. So we're going to need to... make a sacrifice or something. Alright, so the first game is today. So let's get things going. Of course, go Kings go, right? We want to win the cup. We want to beat that challenge as early as possible so I can tackle another one later on. Alright, so... Oh, Robitaille is going to play hurt, of course. It's the playoffs, so broken leg, you're in the lineup. That's pretty much how it works, especially at the start of the 90s like that. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much the D that I would like to see. Well, I would like to see Rob Blake and Ray Bork and Paul Coffey back there, but I mean, with the players that I do have, that's what we're gonna need to go with, and that's pretty much what I wanted to see. So I have 2 puck-moving defensemen. They're not the greatest, but at least we have some. Alright, so looks like we're going to be facing Grant Fuhr in the playoffs. Looks like we're going with Rolly Melanson to start. That's a little bit surprising because Glenn Ely was the starter most of the season. Yet again, inconsistency in the usage of goaltending in this series is a little bit baffling. It's been going on at least since the 6th version. Alright, go Kings, go! Oh, dramatic win to start. A 5-4 win in overtime for the Kings. Awesome. I forgot to say we're starting at home because we had, of course, a better record than the Oilers. Alright, so the offense got us that win. Rolly Melanson wasn't necessarily all that great, but we won, and that's what matters. Alright, that's what I wanted to see. See, we outshot the Oilers in that first game, 37-29. Last year, we lost in 7 against them, and they outshot us in 6 of the 7 games. So, hopefully we can keep that up. Wayne Gretzky was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 3 assists. Mark Messier was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Gary Galley was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. Of course, a sellout crowd for the playoff game in Inglewood. I drove past, well, I didn't drive, I was in a Uber, but we drove past Inglewood on our way to Hawthorne in California last week, last week, so I have a little bit of an idea where Inglewood is now. I didn't know that before. Hey, FJ, what's up? Hey, that's early for you to be here, so you're here for the playoffs, you want to see me win the cup, right, and tear my t-shirt and, you know, start screaming and stuff. Totally my style. Alright, so the Oilers open up the scoring in the first. It was a Craig Simpson goal, so Edmonton was up 1-0 after 1. Then in the second period, Wayne Gretzky scored on the power play from Gary Galley, and Mike Gartner tied the game, and then the Oilers scored twice. It was 3-1 for the Oilers. 3-1 for the Oilers after 2. It didn't look too good for us at that point. I did go see the Sens lose 4-2 at Staples Center, yes. And I also went to the Civic Center in Anaheim, where I saw the Sens lose 4-0 as well. We were gifted the tickets in Anaheim. They were $800 tickets a piece. That was pretty freaking awesome. Just too bad that the Sens lost. I really liked the arena in Anaheim. It was really clean, probably the cleanest arena I've ever seen. Oh yeah? 5 miles north of Staples Center. Cool. We went to eat at some place in LA after that. That wasn't too far from there, but I wouldn't be able to tell you the name of the place. It was kind of like a brewery type of place. We went there. And I met, when I went to Staples Center, I did meet with one of my longtime followers on YouTube, JT Dutch. He's from LA. Well, I think he lives more in Orange County, but he's a huge Kings fan, so I got to meet up with him and his girlfriend. And I was with my girlfriend, so it was kind of cool. All right, so we were down 3-1 after 2. Doesn't look too good for the Kings. Then Chris Conto scored on the power play from Wayne Gretzky and Gary Galley. Then Bob Kudelski scored from Gordonine and Chris Contos. It was tied at 3. And the Oilers scored. It was 4-3, but Mike Gartner scored 1 minute and 5 seconds later from Wayne Gretzky. It was tied at 4. It went all the way to overtime, and Gary Galley played the hero 1 minute and 56 seconds into overtime from Wayne Gretzky and Marty McSorley. It was a 5-4 in extremis win by the Kings. Alright, I love me some dramatic wins. I'm still flying kind of on an high from the Sens win yesterday against Colorado in overtime. We let Colorado tie the game in the late stages of the game, and then Brady Tkachuk just went on a breakaway 51 seconds or something like that into overtime and just scored, and it was beautiful. Alright, so Glenn Anderson is going to be back from suspension in Edmonton. Randy Busick is ready for more drills. Good for you. Luc Robitaille is completely recovered. That's what I wanted to see. All right, so now we have a fully healthy Luc Robitaille. Now for the other games, Calgary won against Winnipeg. Detroit beat Toronto. Of course, we beat Edmonton. Chicago beat St. Louis. Chicago finished first in the conference. Pittsburgh beat the Rangers. Hartford beat the Nordiques. Flyers beat the Islanders, and the Habs won against Buffalo, so that should make FJ happy because he's a Habs fan. Although he might not be saying it out loud too much this season, but he is a Habs fan. Alright, so we're getting ready for game 2 of the series against the Oilers. Hopefully we can win that one as well. I would love to go in Edmonton with a 2-0 lead in the series. Alright, so... Alright. Alright, let's go, guys. Let's get a second win here. So Grant Fuhr is going to be in net for the Oilers. We're going back to Rolly Melanson. He wasn't that sharp, but he did give us the first win. Alright, go Kings. Come on. Alright, another win. 5-3. So we're going in Edmonton with a 2-0 lead. I like that. Like that very much. We outshot the Oilers again, 35-30. Luc Robitaille fully healthy with a goal and an assist, first star. Mark Messier, second star with a goal and an assist. And Mike Gartner, third star with a goal and an assist as well. Another sellout crowd in Inglewood. Oilers scored first again in that game. Then Mike Gartner tied the game from Luc Robitaille and Gordonine. Then the Oilers scored again. And then we tied the game again. Ray Shepard, who's been hurt most of the season, tied a game from Mike Ridley and Randy Wood, tied at 2 after 1. Then in the second period, Chris Contos gave us the lead from Jim Fox and Scott Arneal. Then the Oilers tied the game, so we had another tight game here. It was tied at 3 after 2. Going into the third period, Luc Robitaille scored from Mike Gartner and Wayne Gretzky. And then finally, Scott Arneal scored from Dan Gratton and Ron Greschner. 5-3, the victory for the Kings. Awesome. Hey, FJ, how is your Seattle Kraken save going? I am invalidating your save because Jake Sanderson didn't develop properly, so I don't think that your save is valid, but I'm still asking out of politeness. And Kim, how is your save with the Sharks? Did you stick with it? I know you were looking at some trades to try to shed some contracts because the Sharks have some really heavy contracts when you pick them up. Right, Keith Acton is back from suspension, so he's gonna be facing us now. Oh, he won a cup with the Sharks. That's great for them. Were you able to get rid of some of those big contracts, or did you kind of win with those big contracts on the team? The big contracts are not bad players. They just tie your hands for adding more talent because they're so expensive. Joe Mullen has a good game. He had 4 assists against the Jets in that series. Randy Busick is doing better, but you know. Alright, so the Flames trounced the Jets 7-3. Detroit trounced Toronto 7-3 as well. We beat Edmonton. Chicago also won, so I believe that all the series in the Campbell Conference are 2-0. Now in the Wales Conference, Pittsburgh beat the Rangers. Hartford beat Quebec. Flyers beat the Islanders. And Buffalo tied their series against Montreal. Ooh, you went for Tavares. That's a That's a pretty interesting acquisition. Getting the Toronto Maple Leafs captain, huh? Alright. Well, I'm getting a lot of news about Randy Busick. I feel like I should get excited that he's getting healthy, but I really just cannot muster the amount of excitement that I should be getting from that. Alright, so now the series shifts in Edmonton, so it's gonna be, well, it's April. It's still gonna be kind of cold, but not super cold. Alright, so let's see if we can also win on the road, right? You need to be able to win on the road if you want to win your series. Alright, so... Okay, we're good here. Rolly Melanson is still in net for us. Grant Fior still in net for the Kings. For the Oilers. The Kings is me. Come on, Kings. Oh, another win. Another tight game, but hey, we're on the right side of it. We won 5-4 in regulation. And now we have a 3-0 lead in the series, so that's pretty exciting. The Oilers did outshoot us in that game, but it was 33-31, so I'm not overly worried about it. Luke Robitaille was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Craig Simpson was the second star with 2 goals and 2 assists. Pretty good game. Gary Galley was the third star with a goal and an assist. Gary Galley opened up the scoring in the first from Jim Fox and Chris Contos. It was 1-0 Kings after 1. Then early in the second period, 41 seconds in, Mike Ridley scored from Marty McSorley and Randy Wood. 2-0 Kings. Then the Oilers scored twice. Actually, it was 2 Yari Curry goals. So it was tied at 2. But then Luke Robitaille scored before the end of the period from Gerald Deduck and Ron Greschner. We had a 3-2 lead after 2. I love how there's almost no fighting in the playoffs after everybody punches everybody's faces during the regular season. Then the Oilers scored twice. It was getting late in the third period. They took a 4-3 lead, but we showed really great character. Luke Robitaille tied the game with 4 minutes 16 seconds left to go in the third period from Mike Gartner and Wayne Gretzky, and then less than a minute later, Mike Gartner broke the Oilers and their fans' hearts by scoring from Gary Galley and Wayne Gretzky. It was 5-4 for the Kings, and that ended up being the game-winning goal. And there was a fight in the third. Steve Smith and Randy Ladouceur got into a fight. Whew. I cleared my throat so much I have tears to my eyes. But hopefully that's gonna do it. Alright. Right, we're up 3-0. Oh, Gerald Deduck did get hurt in that game. Maybe in that fight. Five real-life Sharks remaining, so what, Ertel, Meyer, probably Kutcher, I would think, although he's probably getting old in 2027. Maybe Mario Ferraro. I mean, I have no idea what you did. I'm just trying to figure out who you did keep. Right, we're gonna have to see how hurt Gerald Deduck is. He's day to day. Oh, but Ken Baumgartner is out. Oh. So you did expand Hurtle at one point. Cool. Red light stays on for Brett Hull. He had a hat trick in his game against the Blackhawks. Oh, I see. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to rely on a player that's always in the infirmary. Sometimes you have to bank on the trade value that they have. Big game for Adam Oates, a goal and 4 assists. Wow, that's a pretty good playoff performance there against the Leafs. Randy Busick is completely recovered. Alright, so what do I do here? So Deduck is day to day, that's okay. Jeff Smith can play, but Ken Baumgartner got hurt for 1 to 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and put you on the injured reserve and recall somebody that's not very good, because I don't have any depth right now. I guess it's going to be Gernander again. He's the guy with the most potential up front for me. Oh, free agency. Oh, that hurts. But I get it. When you play modern day, it's a little bit more the norm to let some players go to free agency and you lose them for nothing. Yeah, that's too much money for a guy that can barely play. Now, Chris Cantos is hurt as well. How did that happen? We didn't even play. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of the same reason why I didn't go too hard on trying to trade Jim Fox. I looked, but I held on to him because it was more valuable for me to keep him and then probably lose him in free agency. Although we're in 1990, so I might get picks for it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Alright, so Chris Cantos got a minor facial cut while we weren't playing, so you know how I feel about that. The guy can't shave, he doesn't know how to shave, he's 26 years old and hasn't figured out how to shave, and, you know, when you look at me, yeah, who am I to talk, right? But, you know. Alright, so in Edmonton now, we can finish our series right now, but we have 3 injuries that just crept up from the previous game, so let's see what happens here. Oh, Gernander is going to be playing in the playoffs here. He's a whopping 5 as an aggressive forechecker. Rolly Melanson in net again. Grant Fuhr in net for the Oilers. Can we get the job done? Can we finish that today? I hope so. Go Kings! And we did! We swept the Oilers. The revenge has been enacted. 3-2 victory over the Oilers. Oh, and we outshot them 41-23 as well. That's pretty good. Randy Ladouceur was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Dave McElwain was the second star with a goal. And Scott Arniel was the third star with a goal as well. So another 1-goal game. But we won. That's what matters. And as I'm saying that, I just realized I forgot to check the scores from the other games. I'm terrible at that. I always end up forgetting from time to time. Alright, so Ray Shepard opened up the scoring in the first from Randy Ladouceur and Randy Wood. It was a 1-0 lead at that point. Then the Oilers tied the game before the end of the period. So tied at 1 after 1. Then the Oilers scored on the power play in the second period. They were up 2-1. And then at 14... Oh God. If you're an Oilers fan, that ought to suck. So Scott Arniel tied the game in the third period from Dan Gratton and Jim Fox, and then Bob Kudelski with 2 seconds left to go in regulation scored the game-winning goal from Ron Duguay and Gordon Dean. 3-2 Kings. We're sending the Oilers golfing, and they were just about to bring us to overtime. Wow. Oh. At least it wasn't game 7, you know when you're down 3-0 in a series, you're probably going to lose the series. But still, that must suck. Alright, Guy Carbonneau lights the lamp for the Habs. He had 4 goals against Buffalo. Ken Priestley has a great game in that same game. He had a hat-trick as well, 3 goals. Brian Leach is day-to-day for like the 7th time this season. This time he has a tender shoulder. What's wrong with Brian Leach? Why is he hurt so much? Jeff Sharples has a good game for the Red Wings. He had a hat trick against the Leafs. And Gerard Gallant is back from suspension with the Red Wings. I believe he was serving a 12-game suspension, if I remember correctly. We're still a far cry from the 17-game suspension that Sergei Fyodorov got in Franchise Hockey Manager 6 for me, I think. Yeah, I think it was in Franchise Hockey Manager 6 that he got that. Let's see. Oh, Winnipeg is still alive. They beat Calgary. Detroit beat Toronto. Chicago beat St. Louis. Pittsburgh beat the Rangers. The Nordiques are still alive. They beat the Whalers. New York beat Philadelphia. And despite Guy Carbonneau's 4 goals, Buffalo still won that game 7-5. Oh, Deduck back soon. That'd be great. He's not my best defenseman, but, you know. Alright, let's see. St. Louis beat Chicago. Calgary blanked the Jets. Rangers beat Pittsburgh. Buffalo beat Montreal. Hartford beat Quebec. And the Islanders beat the Flyers. Right, Deduck fitting better. Chris Contos fitting better. Oh, there's all of those games still going. Sylvain Turgeon has a good game. He had a hat trick against the Nordiques. And Gerald Deduck is fully recovered. Now let's see. St. Louis beat Chicago. The Flames beat Winnipeg. Rangers beat Pittsburgh. Buffalo beat Montreal. Hartford trounced the Nordiques. And Flyers beat the Islanders. So Kim, is there a sport you don't like? Because I see like sometimes your Twitter feed and it looks like you're watching like almost everything. I know I only do hockey and baseball. I don't really like other sports, but you sure seem to be on top of it. Alright, Chris Contos is ahead of schedule. That's good. I like Chris Contos. I hate that I have to let him go, but it is what it is. Oh, Paul Coffey got hurt for Pittsburgh. He has a scratched cornea. He's gonna miss 2 weeks. Now, is Pittsburgh going for... I don't think so. I think the Rangers eliminated... Yeah, Rangers eliminated them. Ah, well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Alright, so Rangers eliminated Pittsburgh and St. Louis eliminated Chicago. Wow, St. Louis took down the top team in the conference. St. Louis finished 7th in the conference. They didn't even have a winning record. And they're going on to the second round. That's pretty cool in a way. So we're going to be facing the Flames in the second round. We struggled against the Flames this season. Before we look at them, I'm going to look at the playoff 3 now. Alright, alright, so in the Wales conference, the Buffalo Sabres and Hartford Whalers are going to be facing each other, and then the Flyers and Rangers. And on our side of things, the Blues are going to play the Red Wings, and we're going to be playing the Flames. Alright, so the Flames finished ahead of us, 7 points ahead of us. They had a really good record, 44-27-9. We went 3-5 against Calgary this season, so we struggled. Although some of those games were played when I had a lot of injuries. So that's what I'm telling myself to give me some confidence that we can beat them. We're going to be starting that series on the road, obviously. They had a better record than us. Now let's take a look at the Flames. Alright, well, the Flames are playing without Joe Nieuwendyk, so that's like their number 1 center, right? So he's out. So that should give us a little bit, but as you can see, they have a lot of talent on the team. So Mike Vernon and Rick Wamsley are in net, so that's pretty good. Jamie McCann, Brad McCrimmon, Dana Merzen, Gary Sutter, Al McInnes, Rick Natras, and Rob Ramage on D. That's a pretty good D, especially when you have Gary Sutter and Al McInnes on the same team. Man, I'd take both of them. Like 25 and 26 years old, that's like the perfect time to get them right now. I'd love to have both of them on my team. Anyway, up front they have Berezan, Ranheim, Gary Roberts, Doug Gilmore, Jan Erdi. So yeah, they have Nieuwendyk out, but they still have Doug Gilmore, right? So Erdina, Otto, Piplinski, Smith, Churla, Fleury, Hunter, Lube, Mullen, and Parker up front. It's going to be a tough series. I don't know that we're going to get past the Flames. I'm not saying that to be overly negative. I just think that they have a pretty good team. So I think that, if anything, it might be a pretty close series. I don't think we're going to lose in 4, but I think that the Flames are probably the favorites right now. Like, Chris Kontos is fully back. That's going to help us. Alright, so, well, let's get this thing going. We're in Calgary. Go Kings, go. We're still going with Rody Melanson. They're going with Mike Vernon. Most of the season we've been facing Rick Wamsley in net, so we're going to go ahead and see what we can do about Mike Vernon. If I remember correctly, Mike Vernon was like 4'3" or something. I like to make jokes about goaltenders in that era. They were the smallest guy on the team was always playing net. But things have changed for sure in that regard. But yeah, if you go see some old footage of, you know, the Flames or even Detroit, you're gonna see that Mike Vernon was not very big. All right, go Kings! Come on. Oh, we lost the first game 4-2. Not great, not great. All right, yeah, we were outshot 41-30 in that game, so a little bit outmatched here. Doug Gilmore was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Jim Fox was the second star with an assist, and Joe Mullen was the third star with an assist as well. Yeah, Arthur Searby was not big, and Arthur Searby was stuck to his brown pads like his entire career or something. It's crazy. Like, he had like those ugly old brown pads, but he was comfortable with them. It worked for him. He had some success for sure. But yeah, you have a good point. Arthur Searby was smaller. Darren Pang was like really small as well. Alright, the Flames open up the scoring in the first period. And then Luc Robitaille tied the game from Wayne Gretzky and Mike Gartner. So after one, it was tied at 1. We looked pretty good. Then Gary Galley gave us the lead in the second period from Jim Fox and Chris Kontos. 2-1 Kings at that point. The Flames did tie the game before the end of the second period. Then we went into the third period and we allowed 2 goals in less than a minute near the start of the period, and that was it. We lost 4-2. Very few penalties in this game. Oh, well, look at that. Maybe that's why I lost. I lost 2/3 of my second line in that game. Looks like every time I hit the second round, it looks like my players become like they're made out of crystal or something. So Randy Wood and Mike Ridley are hurt. So let's see what we do with that. They're both day-to-day. Yeah, it seems to... what is it that they say? Hardships always come in threes or something like that. I don't remember the exact saying, but sure seems kind of true to this game, as we just saw right now. So Ridley and Randy Wood are both day-to-day, but they cannot play. And, well, I guess I can leave them on the lineup. But that means that Ron Duguay and Gernander are going to be playing. Well, it is what it is. What can I do, you know? Alright, so I have Baumgartner, Ridley, and Wood that are out of the lineup for the next game. We are down. Oh, I forgot to look at the other scores again. Oh, I'm terrible. Let's go ahead and take a look at least at the tree so we can see what happened. Waiters won the first game, Flyers won, and Detroit won. Alright, I need to pay attention to that. Alright, game 2. We're a little limping here out of the gate. We're still going to Rolly Melanson. They are going back to Mike Vernon. Come on, Kings. Show some character despite the injuries. Give me a win here. Oh, yes! We won 4-3 in overtime. Another dramatic win. I love those. I love that. Alright. So, this time we outshot the Flames 44-39. Scott Arniel was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Gary Roberts was the second star with an assist. Ray Shepard was the third star with a goal and an assist. Nobody scored in the first. Oh, and then it didn't look too good for us in the second period. The Flames scored 3 times in a row. They were up 3-0. Then Jim Fox did score from Ron Grashner and Randy Busick. So it was 3-1 for the Flames after 2. Didn't look too good for us. But in the third period, Scott Arniel scored from Ray Shepard and Gordonine, and then Mike Gartner tied the game with 52 seconds left to go from Ron Grashner and Chris Contos. We had a tied game, and the hero of the game was Ray Shepard at 10:17 of the first overtime from Ron Duguay and Scott Arniel, and we are going back in LA tied at 1 in this series. Pretty good. Oh, of course. Wayne Gretzky is hurt. All right. Oh, he has a torn rib cage muscle, so he's not coming back. 2 to 3 months. All right. Yeah. All right. So now my top 2 centers are out. I love how this game does that to you in the playoffs every year. They're going to take your key players out and tell you, yeah, screw you. I guess it wouldn't be a challenge if it wasn't like that. Alright, red light stays on for Tim Kerr. Yeah, 3 goes into us. Oh, Philadelphia trounced the Rangers 9-0. What a playoff game. 9-0. Wow, can you imagine that happening in real life in the playoffs? Like the Leafs losing 9-0 to somebody in the playoffs? We would never hear the end of it in the media. Wow. Alright. Alright. Baumgartner is ready, so I think I'm going to replace Wayne Gretzky by Ken Baumgartner. There's not really a drop in talent at all there. Alright, Gretzky's done. Let's see here. Injured. Let's get... Oh, he can't play, though. I need somebody that can play. Alright, so I need to recall somebody. Get Sylvain Couturier as a center. There you go. Come play in the playoff. You're replacing Gretzky, first line. Go, go, go. Alright, the Flames are in town now that they have taken out our best player. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Series tied at 1. And I forgot to check the scores again. Oh my god, I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I get too worried about my own stuff going on. Alright, let's see. Whalers won again against Buffalo. Flyers won again, as we said. It was a 9-0 trouncing. Detroit won again. We're the only tied series right now. Alright, so Chris Contos becomes our first line center. Mike Vernon in net still for the Flames. Rolly Melanson in net for us. We managed to win 8-1 with Chris Contos as our first line center. Wayne Ooh? Wow. So we take a 2-1 lead in the series. We outshot the Flames 33-25. Chris Contos, I'm making jokes, but he was the first star of the game. 3 assists, really good game. Luc Robitaille, second star, 2 goals and an assist. Ron Greschner, third star, 3 assists. Now I'm starting to really like that trade that I made for Ron Greschner, even though he's old. Well, I say he's old. I'm older than him, but 35 years old in hockey years is kind of old. All right, sellout crowd despite no Wayne in the lineup. We scored 4 times in the first period. Ray Shepherd scored on the power play from Chris Contos and Luc Robitaille. Then Luc Robitaille scored his 5th of the playoffs from Gary Galley and Dan Gratton. Scott Arneal from Randy Ladouceur and Chris Contos. And then Ray Shepherd scored his 5th unassisted. It was 4-0 Kings here after 1. Then in the second period, Randy Busick scored from Ron Greschner and Bob Kudelski. Then the Flames tied the game. Didn't tie, he scored, sorry, it was 5-1. And Luc Robitaille scored from Mike Gartner and Chris Contos. Scott Arneal scored his 5th from Ron Greschner and Gerald Deduck. Mike Gartner scored his 5th as well from Ron Greschner and Gerald Deduck. Again, it was 8-1 after 2. Nobody scored in the third. Yeah, that was a trouncing. I don't have messages. I don't have injuries this time. Like they didn't take Luc Robitaille and Mike Gartner out this game. They're probably saving it for the next game. Alright, Ken Baumgartner ahead of schedule. Alright. And then Mike Ridley back soon. That'd be great. Alright, let's advance. Oh, let's look at the scores for once. St. Louis beat Detroit, so now Detroit is up 2-1 in that series. Buffalo beat Hartford, so Hartford is up 2-1, and the Flyers beat the Rangers. They are up 3-0 in their series, and we are up 2-1 in ours against all odds. Literally. Mike Ridley with insight of returning. Okay, Randy Wood ready for full contact. That'd be great if those guys could play. Okay, Randy Wood can't, but Mike Ridley can, so that's good. A tender elbow, dude, get in the lineup. What are you thinking? Patrice Bergeron played with a punctured lung. you can't play with a tender elbow. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play game number 4. We are back at home again. Ridley's playing, but he's gonna be on the third line. They're trying to manage his minutes since he's hurt, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna need for my wingers to carry us here because I have good wingers. I have Gartner, Robitaille, and Shepherd. They're all good wingers, so I need to have a good game from those guys. Oh, they're going to Rick Wamsley. They didn't like the game by Mike Vernon in the last game. So Wamsley's coming in for the Flames. We're going with Rolly Melanson. Come on, Kings. Oh, we lost that one 5-1. Alright, so it's a tied 2-2 series here. Oh dear God, yeah, that was a terrible game, and that was at home too. We got outshot 44-16 in this game. We just weren't in it. Doug Gilmour was the first star of the game. He had 4 assists. Al McInnes was the second star with 2 goals and an assist, and Gary Roberts was the third star with a goal. Sellout crowd yet again. Flames open up the scoring in the first. Then Ray Shepherd tied the game from Dan Gratton and Gerald Deduck. It was tied at 1. Then the Flames scored once in the second, made it 2-1. Then 3 times in the third period, made it 5-1. We have a 2-2 series. Oh, I have a message. Somebody got hurt. Oh, no, it was because of the 4 assists for Gilmour. Alright. He had 4 assists as we saw. Ulf Samuelsson has a good game. He had 5 assists. Wow. Not exactly what Ulf Samuelsson was known for doing. Great night for Sylvain Turgeon in that same game. 3 goals and an assist for him. Oh, Adam Oates is hurt with Detroit. He's going to miss 3 weeks with strained Achilles. Dynamic passing leads to productive night for Mike Bullard. 4 assists against the Wings. Alright, Ken Baumgartner is back. Mike Ridley is back. Randy Wood is feeling better, so we're getting pieces back, but the most important piece will not be coming back this season. Alright, so Randy Wood, okay, so we're gonna send Gernander back down. He's not being used. They prefer to use Couturier over him, that's fine. And now I can get Baumgartner back up. Oh, he's not completely back, that's fine. He can play with this injury. What do you have? Back soreness, get in the lineup. Everybody's hurting, it's the playoffs. Oh my. Alright. Alright, let me... I'm gonna mute my microphone. I'll be right back in a minute 14 seconds. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so the series shifts back in Calgary. We're tied at 2 in the series. We're without Wayne Gretzky, but our other players are starting to come back, so maybe we're going to be able to win by comedy. We still have good players, but so does Calgary, so I don't know what's going to happen. Rody Melanson still in net for us. Rick Wamsley is in for the Flames. Come on, Kings. Get me a very important road win here. Oh, we lost 7-6. Yikes. In regulation. We were outshot 34-21. Gary Suter was the first star of the game. He had 3 assists. Jim Fox was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Al McInnes was the third star with a goal and an assist as well. Alright, so the Flames scored. I know, 6 goals from 21 shots and you lose the game. That's crazy. If we would have had like 10 more shots, it was a win, I think. Alright, so Calgary 3 straight goals in the first, then Jim Fox scored from Randy Wood and Marty McSorley. It was 3-1 Calgary after 1. Then Calgary scored at the start of the second, made it 4-1. Then we scored twice, Mike Ridley from Randy Ladouceur and Gord Donine, then Gary Galley from Chris Kontos. It was 4-3 Flames after 2. Oh, there was a fight between Gary Roberts and Gord Donine. Then in the third period, Mike Gartner scored from Mike Ridley and Luc Robitaille. Then Gary Galley scored his 5th on the power play from Mike Gartner and Chris Kontos. We were actually up 5-4 with less than 10 minutes left to go in the third period. But the Flames scored 3 times in like less than 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Man, it sucks that math is not my strongest point sometimes. So it was 7-5. Then Dan Gratton gave us some hope from Jim Fox. He scored, made it 7-6 with 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go. We couldn't tie and bring it to overtime, so we are facing elimination going back home. Right, Baumgartner is primed to return. Randy Wood is almost back. Now let's see. Buffalo beat Hartford. Detroit trounced St. Louis 9-2. And of course we lost 7-6. So I guess the Flyers swept the Rangers. Alright. Alright, Randy Wood is completely recovered, so my only injury left is Wayne Gretzky. Alright, so Calgary is back in town. It's do or die time for the Kings, so we're again in a situation where we're facing elimination in the second round. And we're without our best player. Wayne Gretzky, torn rib, cage muscle, suffered during that series against the Flames. Rick Wamsley still in net for the Flames. He didn't play all that great in the last game, so maybe we can get it to him again. Then Rody Melanson still in net for us. I would have liked to see Glenn Healy because he's a better goaltender, but hey, you know. That'll teach me for not coaching, and we got eliminated. A 3-1 loss at home. We lost in 6 to the Flames. Alright, so I might have had a shot that I had Wayne Gretzky the entire time, but... And we were outshot again, 31-21. Yuri Erdina, first star with a game. He had a goal and an assist. Scott Arniel was the second star with an assist, and Theo Fleury was the third star with a goal and an assist. Hey, Kim, you have a good one, alright? Thanks for stopping by, as usual. It was nice talking to you. Alright. So the Flames opened up the scoring in the first, and it was 1-0 Calgary at that point. Then in the second period, the Flames scored 2 more goals. It was 3-0 Flames after 2. Didn't look too good. Randy Ladouceur fought Gary Roberts. Then in the third period, Mike Gartner scored from Scott Arniel and Mike Ridley, made it 3-1 Flames. There was another fight between Marty McSorley and Mark Hunter, but that was it. We lost. Pierre Turgeon keeps fans on their feet all night. He had a hat trick against the Waiters. And that's it. Scouting, don't care. Alright, so Hartford beat Buffalo, and of course we got eliminated here. So Detroit went through. Is it over? I don't know. Alright, so our top selling jerseys for April: Gretzky, Gartner, Robitaille, Ely, McSorley. Wayne Gretzky sold the 18th most jerseys in the league. Al McInnes sold the most. Let's check from here. Alright, so yeah, all of the series are over. So the Flyers are gonna face the Waiters, and then the Red Wings are gonna be facing the Flames. I am totally biased right now. I'm cheering for the Waiters. It would be awesome if the Waiters could win the Stanley Cup. I'm just saying it right now. Now I think in real life the Flames won the Cup that year. I think that's the year that they won the Cup, but they just eliminated me. And Nick Lidstrom is not on the Wings right now, so I don't care about the Wings. I'm pro Hartford right now. Go Waiters! Oh, I have to select a Hall of Fame nominee, huh? Wayne Cashman, Ted Lindsay, Ken Hodge, Tom Lysak, Gary Unger, Peter McNair, Jean Pronovo, Phil Russell. I think I'm gonna go with Ted Lindsay. How about that? Alright, Hartford won their first game against Philadelphia 4-3, and then the Red Wings beat Calgary 6-3. Go Waiters! So I was talking when I was in LA and that I was at the game with JT Dutch. We talked about how we need for the franchise hockey manager team, the dev team, to make a real good challenge for the Waiters. The challenge for the Waiters is only to win a game against the Canucks, because it's a reference to the movie Mallrats with Jason Lee. So it would be nice. What I would like to see, I'm going on the record to say what I told him, and that I would like to see for the Waiters is, you start with the Waiters when they first move to the NHL, and you have to win the cup before they move to Carolina. That's what I would like to see, but I don't know. Jeff and Adam, I know you don't listen to this, I know you don't watch this, but if somehow it gets to your ears, that's what I would like to see for the Whalers. I would be all over that stuff. To stay politically correct. Alright. Oh, Philadelphia tied the series. They won 3-1. Detroit won 4-3. They are up 2-0 in that one. Strange off-season workout leads to success for Dino Ciccarelli. Well, Ciccarelli's already good, so now he's going to be what, better? Because he's been doing weird things. Good for him. Oh, Philadelphia trounced Hartford 7-3, and then Calgary won 2-0 about Detroit. So Philadelphia is up 2-1 in their series. Detroit is up 2-1 against Calgary. Come on, Whalers, you need to come back in that one. Make me proud. Hartford proud. Ooh, Philadelphia won 4-3. They're up 3-1. Detroit won 3-0, so they're up 3-1 in their series as well. So that could end pretty fast here. Doug Gilmour has a strong game. He had a hat-trick against the Wings. Hartford is eliminated. I'm broken-hearted. I'm heartbroken. Whatever. I'm sad. Alright, so Philadelphia did beat the Whalers 5-4, then Calgary won 6-2 against Detroit, so Detroit is still up 3-2 in their conference finals. And Detroit eliminated Calgary, so we're going to have a Stanley Cup Final between the Flyers and the Red Wings. So at that point, I'm going to cheer for the Wings. They do have Steve Yzerman. So when I said I don't care about the Wings, I was kind of lying a little. It's just I had a stronger feeling for the Whalers. Right, Detroit won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final 5-3 in Philly. So Philadelphia had a better better record. Sorry. Rick Meagher might be retiring here at the end of the season. There are rumors about him. I almost acquired him, but St. Louis denied the trade, even though it said it was going to go through. I could have Cliff Running on my team. I would like to have Cliff Running. He was a decent player. He was fast. I remember Cliff Running for being a fast player. Jeff Courtnall keeps fans on their feet all night. He had a hat-trick against the Wings, and I believe the Flyers won 5-4, so it's a tied Stanley Cup Final, tied at 1. Wow, that's crazy. The Stanley Cup is going to be awarded in May. That's definitely not something that happens nowadays, even in non-COVID seasons. The cup is awarded in June. Oops, I don't know why I thought I had news. Flyers won in Detroit, so now the Flyers are up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, Detroit came back with a convincing 6-2 win, so it's a tied series at 2 games apiece. Now Philadelphia won back at home 6-1. They're up 3-2 in this series, so they're 1 win away from getting the Stanley Cup. And they won the last game 2-0 in Detroit, so they won the Stanley Cup in 6. So the Flyers are your 1989-1990 Stanley Cup champions, folks. At least it wasn't the Abs this time. Alright. So now we're going to be seeing some stuff that's going on. I have time. I'm good. Will Hartford move Torrey Robertson? That's a trade rumor for an Alf star player. scouting. Don't care. I don't care. Alright, we are May 31st. Now we are June 1st. Alright, how many jerseys did we sell in May? Gretzky, Gartner, Robitaille, Ely, McSorley. And Gary Suter sold the most in the entire NHL. So there's rumors of a trade for Tom Curvers. I can't get him. That's somebody that I might have been interested in, but I cannot go and get him due to my restrictions. So not gonna go for him. Now I have to vote for the Hall of Fame. Gilbert Perreault, Mike Bussey, Darryl Sittler. Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna vote for 10 Lindsay that I have added to the ballot myself. There you go. I voted. Alright, so we are now officially in the off season. We'll see what happens. I might lose some personnel, and I talked to FJ about that. And yes, I have to for the personnel. I also have to stay with the ARG thing, so that might be a little bit difficult. But we will figure it out. I have been extended. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for wanting me on the team still. Maybe next year we won't get crazy injuries in the playoffs. I don't know why I'm changing my voice to speak on my behalf, but you know. Alright. Not even much going on. Oh, Guy Lafleur might be on the move. Yeah, he's 38. I like Guy, but he's kind of old. Why are they showing Guy Lafleur with a helmet? He wasn't wearing a helmet. I know why. I'm just being a shithead. That's what's going on. Not a whole lot of action in the. Oh, there's quite a few things here. Okay, so Brian Maxwell wants to stay, but he cannot. All right. So what are you? You're an assistant coach. All right. So I'm gonna take notes here. Do I have a piece of paper somewhere? I do. All right. Gonna take notes. Sorry, that part is probably not super exciting to watch because I'm writing down on pieces of paper. You don't want to move? You're moving. Right, who are you? Ted O'Connor, you cannot stay scout. Go away. We've been losing with you in the organization. Get the hell out of my team. Alright, Will McDonald stay with... Tony McDonald, you can't stay. Another scout. Alright. Not coming back. Don Morrison, you can't stay. Another scout. Sorry, not cout. Scout. I'm not gonna keep you. And Len Catron, another assistant coach, and I cannot keep you. All right. So now on July 1st, I need to remember to go and get 3 scouts and 2 assistant coaches. We're making some changes upstairs. We're not winning the cup. We're unhappy. So we're making other people other than ourselves pay for it. There you go. Because that's the way the world works. Alright, not a whole lot of stuff going on. It's the middle of June. Oh, it's the awards ceremony today. Alright, so let's see if we get some stuff here. Do we have... I think we have a nominee somewhere. Yeah, Gretzky is there. Alright, so for the Hart... Oh, Paul Coffey won the Hart. Wow. 106 points for Coffey. Really good season for him. The Connie Smythe goes to Tim Kerr, 31 points in the playoffs. Oh wow, he managed to keep only 4 penalty minutes the entire... Now, Tim Kerr wasn't like necessarily a dirty player per se, but he was a power forward, so that he got only 4 penalty minutes is kind of impressive in a way. Calder goes to Darren Turcotte. He had 44 points in his rookie season. The Norris should go to Coffey, logically. But it goes to Ad McInnes because, you know, if the guy wins the Hart, you would think he would win the Norris as well, but no. So McInnes got it, 92 points. Wow. Selke goes to Greg Gilbert, 58 points. That's pretty good. Vizina goes to John Van Beesbrook. We had 4 shutouts and 907 save percentage. GM of the year is going to be, let's see, probably be Bob Pulford, I would think. Nope, Bill Torrey with the Islanders. Then the Jack Adams goes to Terry Simpson of the Islanders as well. The Islanders had a really good season. Oh, lots of news, but almost all of it is about the awards. Alright, so Gretzky is overjoyed to have won the Maurice Richard. He had 76 goals. And he won the Art Ross. That's pretty good. And he had the best plus minus of the regular season. He was plus 50. Okay, Roger Crozier Saving Grace Award goes to Mark Laforêt of the Islanders. The Jennings goes to his teammate Kitty Rudy. Lady Bing is Brettal. Bill Masterton goes to Joe Mullen. Iserman wins the Mark Messier Leadership Award. The Ted Lindsay goes to Paul Coffey. Alright, the 2 All-Star teams. We only have 1 player, Wayne Gretzky, on the first All-Star team with Brettal, Brian Bellows, Paul Coffey, Ad McInnes, and John Van Beesbrook. The Hart goes to Coffey, and then we've seen all of that. So. And Gainey is planning retirement. Bob Gainey playing with the Leafs right now, planning to retiring here at the end of the season. Alright, the Islanders are listening to offers for Don Maloney. Alright, Rangers are also trying to move Paul Fenton, former LA King. Flames are trying to move Doug Smith. And Doug Shedden is rumored to be moving from Toronto. Mark Reeds is rumored to be moved by the Whalers. There's a trade rumor about Chris Kostopoulos. Another one regarding Darren Pang. Dean Kennedy is on the block in Pittsburgh. And Rod Buskis is also on the block. Alright, we're almost at July 1st. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on there. Jeff Jackson trade may happen with Toronto. Alright, let's see what our score is going to be here. I didn't do all that great this season. I mean, I didn't do horrible, but as far as that stuff goes, I didn't do that great. I scored a 20. Gives me 49. Alright, so... Alright, June scouting. Alright. When Gretzky ready to return to the ice. Yeah, that's not the time. Buffalo looking to move Tim Hunter. And John LeBlanc is being shot by the Minnesota North Stars. Alright, so last day of today is the last day for contract renewals and everything. We're good, we're good. Alright, let's take a look here. Because there's going to be an expansion now as well. Wait. Oh no. Sorry, I got it. It's next season. Sorry. My bad. It happens. I am wrong sometimes. I think it happened once. Alright, lots of news, so we're going to go through that here. So, top selling jerseys in June. Honestly, I don't really care. Is David Fenives about to be moved by the Canucks? Maybe. Right, so the players in the draft, Martin Brodeur is atop there. Jaromir Jagr, Owen Nolan, Mikael Renberg, Keith Tkachuk, Zygmunt Palffy, Ray Whitney. So there's a few interesting names that I can go for in there. So we'll see where we draft. We'll see what's available. Obviously, you know, I can't get a Jaromir Jagr. Jagr with Gretzky. I mean, Jagr with Lemieux was dynamite. It would be probably just as good with Gretzky, alright? But I can't get him. Alright. Montreal. Okay, so now there's a bunch of TV deals. I don't really care to look around for that. So we're just gonna... Alright. And they want me to rebuild again. Bruce McNall is still doing crack, apparently. The California sun is altering his senses. He wants for me to rebuild. We're going for the cup, man. I have no time to rebuild. I have only a tiny window. Work with me here, man. Alright, new broadcast deal for the Sabres. Nordiques. Oh, Bob Brook retires from Minnesota. 29 years old. He was a 2-star player. Bernie Fedorko retired. He was 34, 2.5-star player. Jim Fox is retiring. Oops. So I was trying to trade him and everything. I didn't want to lose him for nothing. I did through retirement. I was hoping that maybe I would get some draft picks if somebody signed him, but yeah. Oh, I lost Ron Greschner to retirement. Okay, so Jim Fox retired. He was 32.5-star player. He's gone. Bob Gainey retired, 36 years old. He was a 3-star player. Ron Greschner retired, 35 years old. He dropped that to a 2-star player. Rangers are going to retire Ron Greschner's number. Dave Hunter with the Capitals retired, 32 years old, 2-star player. Jim Korn with the Devils retired, 32 2-star players. Mark Lavar is retiring with the Rangers, 25 years old, 1.5 stars. Ken Leiter retires with the Islanders, 29 years old, 1.5 star player. Bob Murray retires with the Blackhawks, 35 years old, 2-star player. Mike O'Connell with the Red Wings retires. He was 34, 2-star player. Robert Picard with the Nordiques retires. He was 33. Paul Reinhardt retires with the Canucks. He was 30. He was a 3.5-star player. Wow. Borje Salming is retiring as well. 39 years old, 2.5-star player with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they are going to retire his number. Doug Sullivan with Edmonton is retiring. He was 30 and a star and a half. Dwayne Sutter is retiring from hockey with the Blackhawks. He was 30 and a star and a half. Michael Telvin is also retiring from Boston, 29 years old, 2.5-star player. Right. So no changes anywhere. All right. So, it's July 1st, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go look for personnel. Okay, let's see, what do I need? Okay, I need a skill coach and a defensive coach. So those are my two assistant coaches that are not back. Alright, so... Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, I could get Bob Murray right off the bat. Some of them just retired. Alright, I need somebody that can coach defense. Oh, I could get Roosevelt Farkas. It's great. Hey, he's not bad. Alright, we're gonna keep him in mind for sure. But yeah, he's not bad. Coaching defense, defensive skills. Alright, maybe. Let's see. I could get John Garreau. Yeah, I don't think so. I like the other one better. I should start from the bottom here. And I could get this guy, Riley Ludzik. Wow, I don't have a lot of choices, huh? I think I'm gonna go for Roosevelt Farkas. He wants a head coach job. I don't care what you want. Let's get you. Now let's assign you. There you go. I think that's a good signing. He has good ratings for what I need for that position. Now I need a skill coach. That's going to be a little bit potentially difficult. And yeah, I know I could hire a scout and assign them to that. I don't like to do that. I don't. Once they're in the organization, maybe, but I don't like to take a scout and put him, as a coach. I'm a little bit of a purist, maybe, and maybe it's a detriment to me, but it is what it is. What do we see here? Motivation, player, no. Tactics, I need skills. So let's see here. Ooh. Well, I can't get you. Oh, that might be this guy. Yeah, I can't get anybody else. Oh, I could get Grant Letang. Let's see, you're great, but below average in defensive skills. Then Roger Arkard is also below average in there. Alright. You have a lot of poor stuff here. I think it might be Grant Letang. I think we're gonna need to go with Grant Letang. Wow, not a whole lot of choices here. Or I could go to maybe very good and good. Jim Armstrong. Oh, that's better. Jim Armstrong, I think you're my man. You for 4 seasons. How about that? Alright, so I have fixed my assistant coaches. Alright. So we're good with that. Now I need 3 scouts. All right. And I need oh, I can get this guy. I'm gonna get him. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. I don't really care about my scouts. I very rarely look at what they have to tell me, so I don't want to hear it. About how I'm just getting the first one that I can get. A-R-G, Gordy Clark. There you go. I have replaced all of my personnel, so that part is done. So now what we're gonna go ahead and look at is free agents. So the draft is in 2 days. All right. Let's take a look at free agents here. Oh, I cannot get Ed Belfour. Oh, not a whole lot going on, huh? Not as many interesting pieces as there were last season. I was willing to sacrifice some draft picks, but I don't think it's gonna happen. No, I don't think it will. Wow, okay. Yeah, our lineup is a little gutted. Oh, somebody. So, oh, well, I can't. I mean, I can play you, but I don't have anybody that got better so far. Everybody's still an alpha star. Okay. Well, it's gonna be a challenge. That's for sure. Okay, let's come here. What the hell? Whoa, my game crashed. What's going on? Where did Andrew Castles go? Did I just lose everything? Oh boy. Where did my unsigned players go? I only have a handful left. I had like several of them. We're back at the start of June. Dear God. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream here. I'm gonna bring that back to July 1st. Then I'm gonna save my game and we'll resume from there next time out. I wanted to go all the way to the preseason, but I just got a setback here. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream. I'm gonna go ahead, of course, and upload that to YouTube. As usual, I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you're watching that on YouTube later and that you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. That all helps me if you want to help me out a little. And of course, until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.